Hi everybody, thank you so much for taking the time out to watch my video today. This is Jennifer Corta. Some of you may know me as Palm Beach Jen. I am doing this really quick video, and if you are watching it, it is because you responded to an advertisement that you're looking to make some extra money, and you probably want to do that from your home. So I just want to do a really quick, maybe 1 minute, 2 minute overview of what exactly it is that I do and what I'm looking for, and if it's for you and you want to get some more information, then we'll proceed further with an interview. So I have been working from home since 2009. It came to my attention that my boss, who once, loved me and I was family, didn't like it when I had to take off of work when my child was sick. And I know a lot of you have dealt with that over the years. You have a boss that tells you what time to wake up in the morning, really kind of decides for you what time you have to go to bed. They decide for you what time your day starts, what time you eat, if you're allowed to go to the bathroom. When you go to the bathroom, they tell you what time you're allowed to get in your car and go back home. They make it difficult for you to see the doctor, take your children to the doctor. If your child has a sick day at school, oh my God, don't even think about trying to find a babysitter. Oh my gosh. So yeah, needless to say, we all know the rat race of working the 9 to 5, because we all know it's not really a 9 to 5. It's more like a 9 to 7, an 8 to 6, a 10 to 10, a 12 to 12. Like, it's, not ever really 6 or 7 or 8 hours of work. It's always a lot more, because then you have driving time too. So I fired my boss. That's right. In 2009, I fired my boss. So you know what that meant? That meant I had to get really creative, because now I didn't have a steady income, but I still had steady bills. Ah! Yeah, it's scary, isn't it? So basically what I did is I got really close with Google, and I made really great friends with YouTube. And if you guys haven't done that, you should do the same, because oh my God, it is so enlightening. So there are so many mentors and coaches and people out there who are willing to share with you for free what they did to make money. The problem is they only give you bits and pieces of it. But if you have somebody like me to partner with, somebody who's been in this industry for a really long time, then when you ask a question, I can give you an answer. And usually it's something that I failed at a lot of times, and I can help you shorten the learning curve to not fail at it and to be successful at it. I know a lot about recruiting people and branding yourself, and partnering with me will take you from whatever situation you're in right now to wherever you want to be. You want to make a couple $100 a month? We can do that. You want to make a couple grand a month like I do? You can do that. So here's the deal. The company that I am with right now, I'm looking for people who are honest, who can pass a background check. If you have a felony, please don't apply. You will have to get a license by your state to be able to do the job. I'm going to help you with that. You don't have to worry about the fees for the school. You don't even have to worry about finding time for it. If you want to go in person for a couple of days, fantastic. You want to do it all online because you have babies or you work a full-time job? In most states, I've got you with that too. So really all you have to do is just make the decision that you don't want to be in the rat race anymore. So what exactly is it that I do? Well, I'm in the insurance and financial services industry. What that means is that I help protect families to save the money that they make, to get out of debt, because most people are not properly educated about interest and how to avoid it and pay it down and get out of it really fast. And then I also help to give them income protection on the darkest day of their life. That's also known as life insurance. And life insurance is something that is not for us. It's for the people who we leave behind, who we love, who we care about. Some people say, I was born with that, I'll die with that. No. When you were born, your parents had insurance. They had health insurance that paid for everything that they needed for you to be born. So when you die, it's the exact same thing. You have to have insurance. Why? Because you have children who need to go to college. You have a spouse that needs to pay off that mortgage so they don't lose their home. Or It might be you that's using that life insurance to make sure that your children have everything that they need and that every decision that was based on two incomes and now only one survives, it doesn't get lost, because that's what happens. About 88% of all people who become a widow and do not have the protection of a life insurance or income protection policy lose their home in the first 10 months. We need to help other people to avoid a very financial tragedy on top of a very emotional one. And that's what we do. So we can't take away somebody's pain. We can't take away their heartache. But what our job is very, very important. And our job is to make sure that they have financial stability when something does happen. Now, my company doesn't only do life insurance. We also have auto and home and health. So if you have interest in getting your license in those things, you can sell those things too. But we are primarily focused on the life insurance side and on investments. Investments will help people to save for their retirement and to not have to worry, what's going to happen when they're in their 60s or 70s, to know that they'll have, some kind of cushion there, because Lord knows we cannot rely on Social Security or any of those government plans that are supposed to be there for us, because I don't know about you, but I know that my school told me from the time I was in pretty much like first or second grade, hey, by the way, FYI, don't rely on Social Security. It's not going to be there for you when you're 65 years old and you need it. So you got to make sure that you heed those warnings and you prepare for it. So most of the schools that I was in never actually taught me how to heed that warning. They just gave it to me and were like, okay, there you go, off on your own. Now who's going to teach me about financial, woes and investments and avoiding that struggle? Well, that's where our job comes in. So the company will actually pay for your classroom training, will pay for your state license, will pay for you to take your state test, will pay for all of the fees associated. The only thing that you have to pay for is the background check and the fingerprints, and I absolutely don't think that that is too much to ask at all. And then you get your classroom training. We do one-on-one training. You're trained on the job, and then you're off on your way. And once you start learning how to protect other families, and you're confident and you're comfortable and you know what to say, and then you can start hiring people, then you start working on building your own local office. And one day, not too far off in the future, if what you desire is to have your own office building, you can have that too. We'll even help you do that. So again, this is not like anything that you're going to find in these Facebook groups. This is something very, very different. It is a career. It's an actual career that you can work from home. This company has changed my life. I started in July with this particular business. I have almost 100 agents underneath me right now. We're in like 18 different states right now, and lives are being changed from border to border. So this is a job that I have worked from home from day one, with my infant, in most cases, sitting on my lap. She even came with me and walked across the stage when I got an award. So this is a very family-friendly business. Some of the top in the industry are the trainers and people who you will have as mentors on your team, at your disposal. In your cell phone, you will have their phone numbers. So all you have to do now is just make a decision. If you're ready to work hard, this is not going to be something that you're just going to drop a link and people are going to show up. No, you're going to work. You're going to work hard. So you have to be dedicated, and you have to really have the desire to change. Think of every job that you've ever had. You woke up early, you got in the shower, you got your makeup on, you did your hair, you got dressed, you got in the car. A lot of times you raced to get breakfast, then you raced into work. You worked really, 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 really hard to build somebody else's dream, only to get back in your car, race back home, try to avoid red lights, get your kid on time, try to get them home, get to the grocery store, fix them dinner, to get them to soccer on time. If you're not willing to work that hard for yourself, you've been making bad decisions your whole life, and you need me more than you know. So let's have a conversation. Let's talk. If you feel like this is something that you would like to learn more about, then it would take only about 20 minutes. I'd like to actually show you the job because I believe in transparency and I want you to be able to see exactly what it is that you'd be doing. If it's something you can see yourself doing from home, then I'd love to have you on the team. So it'll take about 20 minutes to do the interview. And what I'd like for you to do is, if you would like to set one up, go ahead and fill out the form that is below this video. It's going to ask you for your name, your email address, the best telephone number to contact you at, one that you can receive text messages on. And also you're going to have a spot to be able to put the time, a good time for you, whether it be morning or it be evening, whatever works best. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to email to you or text to you my top 3 time slots. And then you'll choose one. Once we lock down a time, I'll give you a link to where you'll be able to see my computer screen. I'll get you on the telephone and I'll tell you a little bit about the job. I'm going to answer all your questions for you. I'm going to show you the income, and then I can make a decision whether or not you're right for the team. You can make a decision whether or not I'm right for you. And then hopefully we can help you to create the life you desire and live the life that you deserve. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to listen to me ramble on about what it is that I do for a living and from home and what has changed my life. And I look forward to changing yours too. Take care.